What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You're back with me, AP, and this is my channel, Epic Pulls. So I just wanted to obviously do a new video because I wanted to obviously share with you my experience on hitting my very first black label from Beckett's Grading. So I wanted to obviously walk through with you guys a little bit about how that journey actually begun and how I managed to reach this point where I actually managed to hit my very first black label, and of course help anyone else along the journey of grading, whether you want to send to the Beckett, TAG, PSA, ACE, or any of the other grading companies, what necessarily you need to do and what to expect during that journey in regard to getting obviously that perfect 10 or just protecting your grails. So I just wanted to speak to you guys and tell you a little bit about my experience overall. So just obviously want to start off with, some people like to send their grails, some people like to send their personal collection, and others just like to shoot their shot. With me, I sent a little bit of my personal collection, and in the most unexpected way and the most unexpected card, I managed to hit my very first black label. So it's not something you expect it to be. It's not, the biggest chase of the set. It's not the exclusive world championship card. It's actually nothing but a promo that come along with the booster. Well, I wouldn't say booster, but it came along with the starter deck, ST1021 Gear 5 Luffy starter deck, and it's actually the red alt art Luffy promo that comes along with it. So I sent it off because I got that for my birthday. I had a very sentimental attachment to that card purely because it was my birthday, and I thought, do you know what, I want to protect it. So the best way I thought of doing it is sending it to Beckett's, because Beckett's, they're really stringent with grading and they weren't tied to PSA at that time when I sent them away, regardless if the PSA has brought them. It didn't change my perspective on them now, but I would still continue to grade with Beckett even from today, regardless of all the acquisitions and all of the sort of turbulence rumors. But I had a really good experience. I just want to give a big shout out to Grady Gallery here in Birmingham. That's where I'm based, because them guys were absolutely amazing during the journey. Submission was really easy, really competitive prices, fantastic updates, and when they arrived back, it was so fast and fluent, I had nothing to worry about. But back to the story. So I submitted this card with absolutely zero expectation to get a black label, and when I did submit it, I done it the usual way. So I would usually clean my card with microfiber cloth, wipe it all down. I did actually secure a little electronic telescope where I could zoom in on the card just to check edges and everything like that, and away you go. I popped it into a top loader, first a penny sleeve, and then I popped it into the actual semi-rigid top loader, because I wanted to, that's the the professional way to send away your graded cards, and I took it into the shop. They pretty much done their process, and then away it went. I sent it away, it must have been about June 2025. It returned earlier this month, and we're in April 2026. And along with all the other submissions that I got with there, I've managed to get, I sent away, I think it was about 13 submissions. So overall, I managed to get one black label in the 10. I also got one gold 10 pristine as well, and a Westwood 9.5s. Various reasons. Beckett's, I thought I missed the whole acquisition sort of change when I sent it in June, but I didn't, because when checking the grading certs, they actually had them from June, and they only actually graded them the 27th of March 2026. But regardless, I'm happy with what I managed to get back. So overall, it was very exciting to actually be receiving my order back and actually in the grades that I got. And I sent away a variety of mix of things. I sent away the alt art Luffy from the starter deck. I also sent away the OP11 alt art leader Luffy, Gear 4 Luffy. Also sent away the Japanese alt art from OP11 also as well, and also the secret rare from OP11, the Nami, Alt Art Leader from OP11 in Japanese, and a few Magic the Gathering cards also. And also the start deck Rowena Zoro from OP11. The Rowena Zoro promo from the same starter deck, ST21, and they all came back along with some of the Magic Gathering ones, which was the Surge Foil, Cloud Midgard Mercenary, the Borderless Foil Sephiroth Fable Soldier, the Jumbo Cactar, Kafka Court Mage, and that's pretty much it. That's what came back. And present surprised upon me picking it up. The Alt Art Luffy from the starter deck actually had the black label attached, and the owners of the Graded Gallery, like I said, shout out to them, they're absolutely amazing. Pretty much unwrapped me and walked me through all of it, and they talked me through overall, and it was amazing. It's actually nice when you hit that, because there's no upcharge as you would expect when you submit to PSA and you hit a 10, or you've got something that's over the value of 500 quid. So, and another absolutely amazing feature which goes along with it is it's actually the first black label in existence. So this actual card does not have any other version of it in a black label at this moment in time. It was the first actual official black label of this card. So right now I've got the only existing black label in the world of this card, which is kind of mind-blowing. Of course that's subject to change, but right now that starter deck sitting around £50 in GBP over here in the UK. That's Great British Pounds. And unless people, obviously, if you've already opened it and you've just kept it in your folder, or people have brought it, or people have sent it away, currently right now I've got the only copy within a black label. Subject to change, but right now I've got the official copy, which is absolutely amazing in itself. So how did we get here? That's the most important part of it. I want to help anyone who's looking, obviously, achieving a black label to obviously then take them steps to make sure they're securing the best possible grade they can for whatever card you send off, whether it's Pokemon, whether it's Magic the Gathering, whether it's Dragon Ball, whether it's Digimon, whether it's Gundam, whether it's One Piece. Best possible way possible. I always say, with every card before your submission, inspect it centering, inspect the surface, inspect the corners and the edges. If you know that you've got whitening on the corners, it's not going to meet that grade without a shadow of doubt. That's just common sense within the industry. When you're used to do it, you know you're not going to get. If it's an obvious white spot, certain graders will mark it down for it. Some won't, some will. It's subjective. Edges, very important also as well. If the card's been badly cut, you can obviously tell because they've got some cardboard fluff just literally hanging off the edges, and there's no obvious way to remove this without damaging the card or exposing the foil with some cards. So again, it's not going to get that obvious grade. Surfacing, yet again, can be a number of different things. It can be down from fingerprints, it can be down to dust, it can be down to gold foiling on the front of your card. If your card does have a little bit of gold foiling, they may be subject to print lines. Depending on how they manufacture the cards, sometimes then print lines can be really visible. But yet again, just look out for them. Like I says, if you manage to get yourself any sort of form of magnifying glass with a light, anything that you can zoom in and tell you electronically, you'll be able to obviously tell them. Usually, in Pokemon, right now, them Hyper Gold cards, they're usually subject to that sort of surface defect where you're going to get them print lines, and a few of the Dragon Ball cards as well. If they have gold foiling on there, just have a look, see if you can zoom in any way possible, and then you'll be able to see the gold lines on there. Usually you can tell it has a little bit of just lines running down it. That's more than likely not going to get a black label just purely off the surfacing. Fingerprints, always use a microfiber cloth to clean your cards. Microfiber cloth is without a shadow of that best thing. Of course, you can get speciality cleaning items. You can get them from there's special restoration shops that necessarily will sell them to you with solution, depending on obviously what card you're actually looking to clean or touch up. But you have to do a little bit of research behind it, because each cards have different textures and different materials. If you use it wrong, you will end up ruining the card. So yet again, just do your research and be well clued up before you attempt to do any sort of form of cleaning. Use protective gloves. I would say you can use material gloves, but they may leave dust fragments on the surface of the card. Alternatively, you can use see a lot of people using rubber gloves because they don't lose fingerprints on the card either as well. Inspect the back and front of the card. Obviously, if you think the centering's is obvious, you'll be able to tell if your centering's within the limit or not. Or if not, like I said, there's a number of AI tools that will necessarily help you with your centering. All you've got to do is just make sure you take a picture in a very well lit manner and in a direct frame, and it will be able to tell you and give you advice on if you're expecting that centering to be within the limit of the grading standards or not. So yeah, you'll be able to obviously get advice on that. Like I said, sending away in storage. If you're sending it for a third party, they will necessarily advise you, semi-rigid, top loader, penny sleeve. Sometimes I like to use the penny sleeve that have the little tab at the top, so it makes it easier for them to remove it so they don't damage the card and then grade it down due to the mishandling. But they're professionals. I wouldn't imagine them to do that, but mistakes happen. We're all human. I just don't want that mistake happening to my card, so why not make it easier for them to obviously remove it from the sleeve? And then on top of that also as well, just if you are sending it away yourself, obviously get the necessary insurance, get the necessary storage, and just make sure you protect it. Like when I'm sending my cards away, depending on how many they send in, I make sure I use the cardboard protectors or the plastic cardboard protectors, the semi-rigid protectors, and then obviously some people use rubber bands. I used to use a very thin blue tape, which pretty much acts the same as a rubber band, just not as sort of aggressively pressured. And then I do the necessary bubble wrapping, necessary cardboarding, and make sure you have a very stable box. Though obviously, if you are sending away for grading, we're living in a day and age where unfortunately some of the couriers or courier services will take advantage of it, or people who necessarily, if they are left unattended, will necessarily read what labels on and say, oh, it's going to X, Y, and Z grading. They will take your parcel and unfortunately open it, and it won't unfortunately reach grading. And I've read the horror stories, I've saw some horror stories, so yeah, just be vigilant. If you can avoid putting down the grading company and just put down the address and make sure it goes there, and just make sure you pay for the top level tracking if it's an expensive bundle. Just make sure you're doing the right thing. But yeah, other than that, I just hope everyone just continues to have epic pulls, and when you do send your cards away for grading, you do get them 10s, you do get them pristines, and you do get them black labels also as well. But I just wanted to share a little bit more about my journey in terms of grading and what I'm going to continue to do. Obviously there's a lot of controversy in terms of PSA, the transparency and a lot of the scandals that are necessarily going on. I like to use everybody. I know people are dialing back on PSA, and by right I would too. So I'm still going to continue to use them. I'm not going to kind of boycott them completely, but yeah, I am going to be a lot more stringent on who I send my cards to. Right now, tag seems to be the obvious choice. Transparency that they have there, and their cards seem to be ramping up, and they seem to be selling pretty popular compared to PSA as well. So that's a really good positive. PSA have got some competitors, competition's healthy, and they can't monopolize the majority of the grading card market like they thought they could. So yeah, fingers crossed. I hope that's a turning point for us and a win for us in the community and the industry. But guys, that's pretty much all. I just wanted to obviously share with you all a little bit of my journey and a little bit of my input like my grading journey, and hopefully this would help you guys with your grading journey overall as well. But as I said before, I hope you guys, you obtain that black label, keep grading, keep ripping, and obviously if you are collecting, like, I hope your seal collection continues to grow, and I hope you profit from it in an exponential way. But I will see you all in the next video, which very exciting. We're going to have a giveaway in there, so I will see you all in the next video ready for the giveaway, which I will drop all of the information in the next video along with the information in the description. But I just want to say, all of you, take care of yourselves, enjoy your epic pulls, enjoy your ripping. See you in the next video. Peace.